there you are. Welcome to your weekend. Welcome to Saturday here at Crafters TV. It's going to be a fun one today, let me tell you. If only you'd been here for the last 5 minutes, you don't know what you've missed. In fact, that could be a whole DVD on its own and you'd gladly pay $20 for it. But listen, in the meantime, we have one excellent masterclass coming your way for the next couple of hours. I am so pleased to be back with you. My name's Derek, by the way, if we've never met. I pop up here, there and everywhere. In fact, I'm going into the control room next week as well to do a bit of producing. So watch out, talent is all I can say. It's going to be fun for Ben and Joe later in the week. But anyway, so the here and now right now, happy World Card Making Day, everyone, because that is what it is today. So we will be celebrating left, right and centre. And with me, there's only one person I could have with me right now. Star of stage and screen, one of the most talented crafters on this planet in this room right now, and soon to be star of HSN's Craft Day on Tuesday. Ladies and gentlemen, I bring you the Scotty Haughty, Craig Laird. Good morning.
You say some weird and wacky things, so you do. Always catches me off guard. I never ever know how you're going to start a show when it comes to me, that's for sure. Yes, so it's Saturday. I hope you are all well. Wherever you are, if you're somewhere cold, I hope you're keeping nice and warm like we are, because it's certainly cold, that's for sure. It's wet, it's windy, but do you know what? We're going to go things all rose gold. We have got 2 hours jam-packed full of everything rose gold. So yes, it's National Card Making Day, and do you know something?
World Card Making Day, Craig.
Do you know what? I'm going to add it as a World Card Making Day.
The whole world.
Let's just bring in the whole world. Got the whole world watching, that is for sure. So let's just extend that to the world. So it is World Card Making Day, as I'm going to say it. And we do have a card. However, it's masterclass. So let's just push that a bit further. We'll show you how you can make them into cards, but then we'll bring in a bit of home decor, maybe a bit of gifting as well. We've got that so much more jam-packed in the next couple of hours here on Masterclass.
I tell you what, Craig, as well, you know how like they're always the unexpected, like even I don't know what I'm going to say until it falls out of my mouth. But should we give away one of your wonders today? Shall we?
There, you actually, tell you what, and that's another one that I didn't expect Derek to say. But yeah, why not? I tell you what, let's give two. I'll give one across on my Facebook page. Okay. Derek, do you want to give another one away on your Facebook page?
Perfect.
Let's do that one.
Sounds good to me. Let's share the love on this World Card Making Day. And it is World Card Making Day. And to celebrate that, we have got a special voucher code that you can use, but just for today to celebrate World Card Making Day. Now, all you need to do is spend £30 or $30 and put in the code WCD World Card Making Day 10 off 30. So it's 10OFF30, and we'll take £10 or $10 off of your shopping basket. Now you can only use it once, so use it wisely, but it's going to be brilliant. Especially, I know loads and loads and loads of you have Sarah's signature rose gold collection, so you're here for the inspiration, but you're going to be adding some more goodies, I'm sure. If you didn't get the complete collection first time, you're going to be adding bundles to it as well. I think it's going to be a little bit like that today, but I want to see what you've been making with your Sarah rose gold collection as well, because there's many other things in the show as well today. So I want you to drop your pictures in, because it's World Card Making Day. You could be making any card from any collection, by the way. Drop me in a quick email of a picture of it. See as well whether you can get one of those selfies where you've got the card there and you're taking a picture of yourself like that. That would be great to see. You and your card, whether it's a rose gold, whether it's Nature's Garden, whether it's any one of the collections that we've got. We would love to see it. Let's all celebrate World Card Making Day together today. So it's studio@crafterscompanion.co.uk. studio@crafterscompanion.co.uk. Craig's lost something. I've no idea what he's lost, but he's looking for it. He's like this. He's like this. He's looking for something. What are you looking for, Craig? What have you lost?
I was actually just trying to determine what demo to do first, and I think what we're going to do is see, we've got some rose gold foil elements in it. Don't put me off across there. We're going to use the foil press. So I didn't actually intend to tell you that right now, but seeing Derek threw across to me, there you go. That's what I was looking at.
There you go. I always like to call you out where I can, Craig. Anyway, listen, it's going to be great fun, and you're the biggest part of this show. So let's do some business, shall we? Oh, by the way, have you seen? Oh, I have been polishing this to within an inch of its life. The rose gold, or winch, the rose gold Gemini Junior is here, and it's on the show, my friend. So if you've never seen the rose gold Gemini Junior and you fancy one, there aren't many. It's an exclusive limited edition. So make sure you shop the show and you will find it. In fact, let's bring up let's do it. Darn it, let's do it. Let's bring up the details for it as well. Here it is, $199.99. It is in the UK and EU only. Oh, well, how do my friends in America get it then, Johnny? Oh, okay. We have to check on that. You'll have to look on the crafterscompanion.com website and see if it's available. Oh, Craig's waving. Man with his hand in the air.
I just wanted to say though, just in case the US are like, oh, they get that. Just remember, you guys got a limited edition selection of colours. I think it was maybe last year, or at least earlier on this year, across on HSN.
Oh.
So it could be that obviously this one is just for us. I believe it is just for us in the UK. But don't forget, you did get a selection of colours as well that was just for you guys. So it's kind of, you know, eking it out a wee bit.
Yes, because I have seen lovely Mary, who watches us now, I know, she has a purple one, I think, hasn't she? I think,
would be right.
Yes, she does. I think many of you have a purple one as well, don't you? Anyway, shall we talk to you? Let's not talk about purple ones. Let's talk about Rose Gold Collection instead. It's the full collection right here, and the sooner we look at it, the better, because my face wants to snigger, and it knows it shouldn't do. So let's have a look at the picture of everything that we've got. Thank you very much. That's it. Take me out of the frame. Oh, there you go. I can save my blushes now. So this is the big entire show bundle that we've got today for you. Now, to go through this one by one would be ridiculous, but all you need to do is go in and shop the show, and you will find this has all of the embossing folders, the dies, stamps, foil stamp dies in there. And with this bundle, with the big bundle here, you save over 25%, and you get the embossing powder, the glitter, and the rose gold Centura pearl absolutely free if you go for this bundle. Now, can I just tell you, once this video is finished, I've got something really, really important to tell you, because we've done the maths in advance. So no one, absolutely no one anywhere in the world is paying that price. So that price, we may as well not even have it on there on the graphic, because no one is paying £125. No one is paying $160. I would actually say to anyone who's brand new, because we've got loads of brand new people joining us all of the time, remember, on your first order with Crafter's Companion, this is well worth keeping in your mind, by the way, with your first order with Crafter's Companion, you get 20% off. Now that is well worth knowing. But aside that, everyone who is well established as a member of Club Inspire, which is, remember, there's no membership price for that whatsoever. You just shop with us, and the more you shop, the more you save. So I've worked it out that if you're a platinum member, you can have this big bundle right now for just £90 or $118. I'll tell you why, because you take your Club Inspire discount off, plus you use the code WCD10off30, because today is World Card Making Day, so we're celebrating that with a voucher code that you can use once. So if there's other things you want, put it all in the same basket, and we'll take that £10 or $10 off for you. So you could get this whole big Sarah Rose Gold collection for £90 or $118. It's brilliant, really, really good. Now we can break down the big bundle as well, because we know lots of you have got elements of Sarah's Rose Gold and maybe want to add other bits and pieces to it. So let's look at the other smaller bundles. We've got an embossing and stamping collection, 34 elements in that. So that's the 1, 2, 3 embossing folders, confetti burst, rose blooms and diamond lattice. You've got the cut and emboss frame, decorative rose frame in there, and you've got the 2 sets of stamps, which is sassy sentiments and interchangeable sentiments. All of that for £28 or $38, less of course with your Club Inspire discount. And remember, as soon as your basket goes over £30 or $30, excluding shipping, you can then use that code WCD10off30 and get £10 or $10 off, which is just brilliant. Today is the day. Let's have a look at Sarah's Rose Gold foiling collection as well, because I think this has to be one of the most popular parts of the Rose Gold collection. So this gets you your foil roll of holographic rose, and it gets you the Stamp and Cut die, which is the sparkle frame, which is one of the most popular. It's absolutely beautiful. All of those, £20 or $24. Now there is a stamp and die bundle as well. So 3 sets of stamps and dies, Scent with Love, which is the one with the lovely, with the, that's the perfume. That's an atomizer, Craig. That's how it goes. You've got Sparkle and Shine, and there's also Birthday Wishes as well. Sparkle and Shine, I think, is the cocktail glass one, isn't it? which is beautiful. So all 3 sets of those, saving 20%, £35 or $43. But because of course that price is over $30 and £30, you would use the code to get that even less for you. So that would be brilliant, wouldn't it? Now there's also a metal die collection. And remember, all of the dies in the rose gold collection are rose gold colored, which makes them just a little bit of cut above the rest. Do you know what I mean? A little bit, you keep them in that special place. You look at them, you love them, and you're almost loath to use them, but they're absolutely beautiful. Now with this, you get the words, as you can see there, so happy birthday and love and wish and sparkle. You also get the roses as well, so you get the ornate frame die, you get the rose quilling flower in there, plus the elegant and the modern roses as well. All of that, not £43, not $56, because of course you can use that code today and get £10 or $10 off that price. But remember, you can only use that code just the once. So the thing to do is get all your shopping done in one cart and then check it out, knowing that you've got an extra $10 or £10 discount in your back pocket to use, which is brilliant. Now, we've also got the Midas ink pads in today, and they're the metallic ink pads. I love them. They're pigment ink pads. They're absolutely brilliant. I love these. I adore them. I've got some of these at home, and they're absolutely brilliant. Now, this is a massive saving, let me tell you, for this configuration here, because you're actually getting, how many are we getting? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 metallic ink pads for as little as, I've worked this out, that if you're just buying these on their own, you could actually have the ink pad bundle for £28 or $44. In fact, less than that, actually, because if you're Club Inspire, that would take your £35 down to 28. If you are in America and your Platinum Club Inspire, that would take you down to 44, wouldn't it? And then you can incorporate your other discount as well. So it's a discount on a discount on a discount, isn't it? It's bonkers. It's really good. And we'll see those, I'm sure we'll see those in action later with Craig as well. And they are absolutely lovely. They're so, so juicy and gorgeous and lovely and metallic as well. Nice colors there too. So let's move on to the Gemini Junior. In the UK only, this one. $199.99 to have the must-have accessory of, I don't know when these were these launched this year, Johnny? Last year? Recently? Early this year. So it is the must-have accessory of 2020, 2021 and beyond as well. I mean, it's just a joy to have, isn't it? It's beautiful. So if you don't have a Junior so far and you've been thinking of it, maybe put this on your Christmas Prezi list. Maybe nudge the other half and say, oi, if you get this order today, in fact, actually, do you know what? If your other half hasn't yet opened their own account, you know what I'm thinking. Anyway, I'll leave that in the air for you. We've also great storage solutions today for you as well. Can't say too much. I really am going to get told off otherwise. Producer Johnny's like, don't say it. Don't say it. Don't say it. Right, here is the large stamp and die folder, and we've put the magnetic panels in this for you as well. They are brilliant and huge and a great way to keep your stamps and your dies all together. $19.99 or $24.95. So we've also got the large one with the acrylic panels. That's for storing your stamps, of course. $19.99 or $24.95. So again, that's a different deal where we've just put the acrylic folders in rather than the magnetic, so you can take either ones. And the small one is limited stock on this one with the acrylic panels. So it's about half the size, isn't it? No, about 2/3 of the size, I would say, of the large one. And it's great for storing your stamps. It's got the little index tabs with it as well, because the acrylic divider thingies that the stamps go on, that was a technical term, wasn't it? They come free with this. So usually that's the price of the folder on its own, isn't it? At $14.99 or $14.95. Now we do the same thing with the magnetic panels as well for the same price. So you can have one with the free magnetic pages on it, $14.99 or $14.95. Let's see who's logged in already. I have to say, lovely Jan in Ravello sent us a memoji in her message on Facebook. I'm just having a look. If you're chatting away, by the way, Crafters TV Facebook page, any of our Facebook pages or the YouTube, and I'll get your messages distilled. It's just that I'm having a quick flick through what's going on. Jan saying, are you getting the storms? I think they're on the way, because it's kind of one of the greyest days you could ever wish for here. It's really, really awful. So we are making our own entertainment in here with you. Rosalind says, good morning, Craig and Derek from Maryland. Looking forward to lots of laughs. Jane saying, why can't I see anything? Have you taken your eye mask off yet? Maybe that's the thing. Maybe you've still got your bedtime eye mask on. Maybe you should take it off and come and join the party. Anyway, listen, do I need to tell you anything else? I think that's it. That's it from me. Craig, it's all over to you now.
My turn, is it?
It
Well,
is.
what we're going to do before we actually start demoing, let's take a look at some of the things you can be making. So we've used some of these cards where we've actually used the dies as well, the stamps that are on the show. Now, what you will find, certainly when it comes to these samples, as well as my demonstrations, I will be using the cardstock and papers that came with the collection originally. Many of you, I know Christine Mahoney, she'll certainly have paper pads left over.
Oh, maybe.
But just incorporate what you've got in your stash or any other papers. But then you can have small cards, maybe make larger cards. So this one's using the cut and emboss folder that we've got there, as well as the sentiments all the way through. And then if we bring in another smaller one, this gives us the ability to make nice little shaker cards, because we've got the cocktail glass, it could be a gin goblet, it could be anything like that. But it's using the stamps, it's using all the accessories in these ones there.
Craig, is it too early for a gin?
I would certainly...
Oh, no,
maybe
it's
not,
no,
maybe
the
not on a
sun's-
Saturday.
There's no sun today anyway to go over the yard arm, so I think any time would be good. But, you know, 1:15, I think that's quite respectable, isn't it?
Yeah, maybe a week one, maybe to start with.
Yeah,
you
maybe
know,
later.
If you were celebrating for any
Mocktail,
reason.
maybe.
Mocktail,
Yeah,
maybe,
mocktail.
But going for your small cards up to your larger cards, again, as I'll show you later on, we'll do a bit of home decor as well, maybe for gifts. But then if you like to do your pop-up boxes, you could be creating these ones. Now, if you got the actual pop-up box die, you could be using that and then using all these elements as well. You can see there with the stamps. Use your classics, use your tri-blends. If you maybe got your new hint of, you could
Wow.
be using them as well. But that gives you a bit of an idea. This collection that we've got today incorporates obviously stamps, embossing, die cutting, but also does a bit of the foil press. So I thought, where should we start? With the card and with the foil press. So that's
Okay.
exactly what we're going to do.
Can I just share some love first, Craig,
can
just before you
indeed.
get going? Sharon Staples. Hello, Sharon Ann Staples. She said, good afternoon to you all. First time I've commented. Love this show and all the demos and products. My go-to craft channel. Thank you so much. Sandra from around the corner says, so good to see you back, Derek, and with Craig. What a show. I know. I can't believe they've let us back. Again, I mean, we were very well behaved on Thursday night. If you're watching the HSM preview, we were very, very well behaved because Craig and I, it was the first time for a lot of the team on Thursday night to do an HSM preview. So we were ever so well behaved. We did very, very well, actually. I managed to behave for a whole 4 hours, which is pretty amazing for me. Melissa says, Craig is the reason I actually purchased the foil press, but it's still in the box. So Craig, you need to get her to get it out today. It's Melissa you're talking to.
The finger's coming out. Naughty, naughty.
Oh,
Get
not
out
that
the
finger,
box.
is it?
Remember, we've got the foil press today that I'm going to be showing you with this collection. We're not going to be focused on times and materials, etc. Loads of stuff across on YouTube, all about the foil press that you can go back and have a look at. I want you to get it out the box. I want you to foil something and then post it on my Facebook or that later on today or over the weekend and let me see what you're making with it. But keeping in mind, going with the foil press, what we're going to do is we're going to use this one that comes with it, Sparkle Frame. Now this one, you've got your outside, we say stamp, it is, well, we say die sometimes, it is a stamp, it's a foil press stamp. So that is the outline. You also get there we go, had it at the side of me. We also get the actual sentiment stamp as well. So that actually foils too. You can see just there, and then you actually get the die. So what that can then do is cut into the middle, or then what you can actually do is die cut into it, then die cut out of it, create your shaker cards. You know, you can have that sitting on the top with the sentiment. So many different ways that you could be using that one. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a bit of a wrap card using acetate. So I've already got this, we're on green, ready to go. We're on 15 seconds, referring to the matrix. You get in the book again, there's so much on YouTube all about the foil press. So I'm just going to pop that one on into place, and then what I'm just going to do is I'm just popping my carbon plate over the top and I'm pressing start. I've got my foil, which we've also got within that bundle as well, also within that wee set, and I've got my heat proof acetate. So I believe if you get this one, you're getting your roll of foil, full roll of 5 meters of the rose gold. So the die itself is worth £20, but you're getting the full roll of Papercraft rose gold foil included, which is awesome. So you've got that foiling to get you going. So I'm going to take this one off to start with. Then I'm going to pop my foil shiny side down. Now I've got my acetate ready to go. Now I've got the edges already folded over. I'm going to unfold them and I'll go over that bit in a moment. So I'm just going by where we've got the grids are, following the grids on the actual base. And then what I'm also just going to do is, because it's heat proof acetate, it's very quite thin. So I'm just popping a couple of shims on. That is just our white stamping card. Sliding it out, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to feed this up to the Gemini. Now the foil press works perfectly straight away with the Gemini Junior. If you have the large Gemini, it will work with the large Gemini. You just need the extender plate. So go across onto our website, crafterscompanion.co.uk.com or .eu to check them out. So then what I'm just going to do is, if I then just take this one off, and then I'm going to just show you, so it'll probably be better up close for you to see this. So if I then start to peel that one off, now look at that. So that is our acetate. This is our heat proof acetate that I'm using. Now we've got that foiled all the way around that you can see there. Now this piece of acetate, it is, now what have I got? So it is 7 1/4 inches by 4 inches, and then what I have done is just at 1/2 inch at each edge, I've just folded it over just with my scoreboard, and then I have got a piece of white card, and then I'm going to foil the actual centre of the sentiment, and then the reason I've curved those edges of the acetate will become clear in a moment. So what I'm just doing now is I'm just going to take that one off. That acetate, that was 15 seconds. Because I want to now foil onto a white smooth cardstock, this is a small one. I'm going to bring it back down just to 10 seconds. We've gone to red, which lets me know it still needs to come up to temperature. So all that I'm just going to do is set that to the side for the time being, and then I'm just going to let that come to temperature. There we go, it's beeped to say it's ready. So I can just bring this back in now. And then what I'll just show you as well, when it comes to the foil press, many people ask about lining it up. It's hard to see on the screen up above or up close, but you've got grids on here. You've also got inches all the way around. So you can easily work out where the center is just by following, you know, the 0 inch, 1, 2, 3, 1/2 inch, 1/4 inch. So all that I'm just going to do, so roughly I want to get this in the center of my cardstock. So I've just gone and lined it up with the center. And then I'm just going to take my carbon plate over the top again, and then I'm just going to press start. So because it's a smaller foil press stamp, it doesn't need as long. So as it just comes up, we've got, well, 3 seconds to go now. It'll beep to let you know when it's ready. I'm handling all these dies. They don't get overly hot, but within your foil press bundle, you do get all your heat-proof tweezers and tongs and that you can use if you so wish.
Craig, I think we've got a lot of people who are watching along. They're saying they're crafting along, but I'm not sure how they can be from bed. There's quite a few people in bed watching you today and absolutely loving the show. Katrina says, good morning to everyone on this cool autumn Saturday morning. Good day to stay in bed and craft away. That sounds all right, doesn't it? Michelle's been trying to get hold of the rose gold foil, but it keeps selling out. But it's in the duo, isn't it, Johnny? And is it an individual as well? Yeah, you can grab it individually as well if you're shopping the show. Rhonda says, loving the shaker card, never too early for a gin. Oh, and Maria says, I've got my foil press last week and I can't stop using it. Oh, come on, show us the magic. Show us the magic.
So this is now just the foil onto our white smooth cardstock. Now do look at that. Do more of what makes you sparkle.
Beautiful.
So what we're going to do with that one now, we can move all this out of the way, just to show you as well, just in case, if you are a bit heat sensitive. So this is just kind of like the tweezers that you get, magnetic. So you can just lift them up using the tweezers. You do get a heat proof mat as well. Then all that you would do is pop them onto the heat proof mat or wherever you're popping it, just release, and then that releases the actual foil press stamp.
Do you know what that's good for as well, Craig?
What's that?
If you're doing a bit of work on the car, and I don't know one end of a car from another, but you know, you always drop the like tiny little screw down a gap that your finger won't go into. I'm sure it'd be good for that as well, wouldn't it?
I would agree with you, Derek, but just like yourself, me and cars know nothing together.
No.
I know nothing.
That's why the world has mechanics in it.
It is,
because you don't have a dog and bark yourself, do you?
You don't indeed. And as you say, when it comes to the cars, my only question when I got my car, my last car was, Does it have Bluetooth and does it have a USB? When they said that, I was like, that's fine, I like that car. That is literally to the extent, and that's no joke. I know nothing. They talk about engine capacity and this.
Horsepower?
No. Does it have Bluetooth? Great for my music.
You're not worried about the horsepower, like top trumps?
I honestly don't know what you're talking. I've heard horsepower before, but I don't know what that means.
It's all about horsepower. How many horses are in your car? Oh, it's all about that, Craig. Didn't you know?
No.
Yeah,
no.
me too.
Genuinely do not know anything about cars, and that is no joke. So what I've just done now is I've just taken a piece of the coordinated card that you would probably still have left within your stash. So what I'm just going to do is I'm going to use our tape runner and I'm going to mat and layer this on.
I'll give you a quick question while you're doing that then.
Go for it.
Crafting Stacey says, question about foiling. Is it better to cut the foil the same size as the die and not bigger to avoid over foiling?
Yes. What I would say though is don't make it bang on the exact same size. Maybe leave maybe a couple of millimeters at each edge or something just to allow it. But the more foil or more excess foil you've got that you don't need, there's more chance of obviously that foil hitting the base. It's also going to hit the cardstock or medium and it's going to foil where you don't want it, which is going to be your over foiling. So always have it just slightly more than what you need and you'll be good to go.
Fabulous. If you've got any questions, by the way, you know that Craig is the guru. He can answer questions on anything, life, cars, and the Sarah Rose Gold collection, and especially the foil press as well. Lots of people are asking whether you can get the Centura Pearl Rose Gold on its own. It is on the website, so all you need to do is search Centura Pearl Rose Gold and you will find it individually as a pack of 10 on its own, which is really, really good. And what was I going to tell you? Mary, lovely Mary, says, who's got the purple Gemini. She says, love my foil press. I've learned so much from Craig on how to use it. I have to say, well, we know you have been crowned, haven't you, the foil press king?
I don't know who initially started that, but yeah, apparently I've become the foil press. But again, you know, I do say each time we all love our foil press on the team. We all bring different ways, different techniques and different ideas. So always check out, you know, the rest of the girls on the team because they like to do things or they like to create other things as well. It's one of those things, nice to get a big selection, but you know, it is lovely being called that, that's for sure, when it comes to the foil press. But
that could be worse, couldn't it? Could be worse.
It could be. So I've just taken that acetate and because I just created that bit of a lip at each edge, what that's going to do, I've just put my tape already on the back and then I'm just going to just slot that one in. And because I've done it roughly towards the center of the acetate as well as the center of the cardstock, what that's going to do, you can see that from up above, it's going to kind of like frame it just perfectly. I am just going to just pop that one in.
And is this the construction weight or is this the heat proof?
So
acetate?
This one is the heat proof acetate.
Okay.
You can use normal acetate, as I would like to call it. What you just need to keep in mind is normal acetate, it will buckle and it will really want to curl up. You know, that's fine. What to do afterwards is pop something heavy on it just to flatten it out. You will still get a bit of the ruffled effect, but when it comes to the heat-proof acetate, it's lighter. That's why you need a couple of extra shims in with your foil press layers, but you will get a nice, smooth, solid design.
Remind me, I've got a sandwich question for you a little bit later on. Not the eating time, not the eating one, a Gemini sandwich question. Remind me, Craig.
I will.
Because you know my memory is about 15 seconds long. I'm like a goldfish, as you know. Kathy says horsepower equals how fast does the car giddy up and go? Brilliant. Giddy up, off we go.
That is so good, yeah. That is so good.
I'm going to look up the horsepower without saying brand names of cars, Craig. I'm going to look up your car versus my old wreck outside, and I'm going to see who wins on the horsepower front.
Okay.
Not that it matters, but you know, it'd be fun anyway.
It would be fun.
Saturday.
It would be interesting to see. Yeah,
exactly.
I very much doubt my car will be really fast, but you know, you never know.
Mine's much older than yours, so.
Does it? Is it?
Yeah. Oh yeah, the battle bus is. Yeah. It's about 9 years old.
Oh, is it that like rustic bucket thing that's out the back?
Yeah. Yeah, that white dustbin on wheels.
That white dustbin.
Yes, thank you. I'm very proud of that.
So what we can see just there is, because we've positioned the sentiment within the actual centre of the card, don't forget, you do get the die as well. So if you wanted to cut that out beforehand, you can do. Maybe even cut it within the acetate, you can do. So many different layers, or even have the sentiment on top there. But just to finish it off, now again, you might have some of the coordinated ribbon that came with it originally, or you might have your own ribbon, but I'm just going to add a bow. So all that I'm just going to do, perfect way from seeing it up above, because I always get asked about this one. So I'm just folding that over. So as I like to call it, the bunny ears, that's the way that I was always taught it. So I'm just going to cross that over. Don't snigger. That was the way that I was always, I can hear them. I can't see them, but I can hear them.
I don't know why that made me laugh, Craig.
I may have an earpiece in, but I can hear them.
I know, I'm so sorry. I'm such a child.
Just crossing that one over, and then all that I'm just doing is just tucking that one under, and I'm just pulling it out just like so. And then we're just going to just straighten up the actual loop.
I'd never be able to make a bow with a length of ribbon that was so short, Craig, and you can just do it every time.
Yeah.
We should call you Mr. Fingers, shouldn't we?
Well, I find it easier with my fingers. I know many of you like to use your ultimate. I know Sarah was showing you the other day on the ultimate. But, you know, sometimes you just want to quickly do a bow, and you just need to use your fingers and you're good to go. But there we go. And then all that I'm just going to do, I am just going to use the Collal glue for this. But if you use your hot gun, then of course it's going to be instant.
Hang on a minute. Hang on a minute. Oh,
I know what you're about to say.
Because it's going on acetate,
It's going on acetate.
And you find the smaller foam pads a bit too fiddly, don't you?
It's not that. It's just it's classed as an embellishment.
Yeah.
So I like to use my Collal glue gel. You can use your foam pad if you want. That will stick. But when it comes to embellishments, I do use the glue gel. But there we go. That's all that I'm going to do just to finish it off. Do more of what makes you sparkle, and then you can see you've got that real good dome effect. Now, of course, just make the length of the acetate slightly shorter if you don't want the dome to be as dimensional. But then there we go. That's all that I've done now. Again, that is the coordinated papers that came with it originally. You've probably got loads of that left over. If you don't, you may have other paper collections within your stash that's going to be working with that. Have a look at Sarah's signature. Have a look at Nature Garden. Have a look at the other ones you've got in your stash and coordinate them.
Lovely. Thank you very much, Craig.
You're welcome.
Anne just dropped us a message on Facebook saying, I'm enjoying the show so far. No, sorry, it was Jackie who was saying, really enjoying the show so far. I think she's expecting it to go downhill from here. I think that's what's going on there. Loretta says, hi Derek and Craig, love you two guys together. We are terrible, honestly. How they let it happen is beyond me, quite frankly. I get to produce Craig later in the week as well, and I'm really looking forward to that. I could be in his ear. Which is even worse than being in the room. It's brilliant. I love it. Annie says, I think this is my favourite collection ever. Susan on Facebook says, oh, Susan Rushton, hello my darling. She says, I know I'm late to the party, but I'm here now. Happy World Card Making Day to all you crafty people. Now, thank you, Susan, and to you too. And now is a good time to remind you that we've got a special voucher code that you can use today. So if you spend more than £30 or $30, you can use this code once today, and we'll take £10 or $10 off your bill. So over $30 or pounds before your postage, and use the code WCD for World Card Day, then 10 off 30. So 10 the number, off the word, 30 the number, and then that will take $10 or £10 off your bill, which is lovely. I have to bill, that's the wrong word, isn't it? Off of your total of your cart. It's not a restaurant, this, Derek, come on. This is great. This is our big show collection from Sarah's Rose Gold collection. I know so many people are screaming at the screen, saying, where's the paper pad, where's the paper pad, where's the paper pad? I know we wish. We wish. Long since history, I'm afraid. I tell you what, if we bought it back even as a limited edition, which I don't think Sarah will do, we'd need, I think, about 50,000, wouldn't we, straight away, because to satisfy that appetite. What we have got in this big bundle today as well is some Centura Pearl in rose gold, which is wonderful, which is by no means a substitute. So £125, $160. Remember, with a combination of that code, and if you've got platinum membership, that could bring that price down to as little as £90 or $118 today, with the combination of your platinum Club Inspire and your £10 off code when you spend $30 or £30 or more. It's brilliant. It really is. Now, I'm going to break it down into smaller bundles, because here we've got the entire show bundle, but now we're going to break it down into sections and types of bits and pieces from the collection, which are amazing. Let's start with the embossing and the stamping collection then, because there's a lot to this actually. There's 34 different elements here. So you've got the 1, 2, 3 embossing folders, the diamond lattice, rose blooms and confetti burst. Then you've got the cut and emboss folder, which is decorative rose frame, and the 2 sets of stamps, the sassy sentiments and the interchangeable sentiments there. 25% saving on this bundle, £28 or $38. We've got the foiling bundle, which Craig has just been using, of course. He used that wonderful sparkle frame, foil stamp and cut die. You know, the foil stamp thing that he was just using on the acetate there. It's absolutely brilliant. Also comes with a roll of the holographic rose, which is the foil to go with this as well. You can buy that, both elements of this you can buy individually as well, but bought together there you're making a nice 15% saving, £20 or $24. Then the stamp and die collection. These are 3 wonderful collections. Remember, Craig showed us the gin glass earlier, the mocktail glass or cocktail glass. I think it's Saturday, isn't it? I think it could be a cocktail. I'm just trying to think, what am I doing tomorrow? I think enough to be able to sort of enjoy a mocktail or 2 at home on my own. Oh, we've got Scent with Love, Sparkle and Shine and Birthday Wishes, saving 20% in this bundle there. It's £35 or $43. Next, we've got the metal dies, and these are so good, because you get the rose quilling flower, the elegant roses, modern roses, ornate frame, happy birthday, wish, sparkle, love, and yeah, that's it. Well, that's enough, isn't it, for $43 or £43 or $56, which is brilliant. June on YouTube says, oh, actually, just before that, oh my word, the love for your bow tying, Craig, honestly. Mary says, I use Craig's techniques for making bows, it's great. Susan said, I had given up on making bows, but thanks to Craig, my bows are now perfect every time. Thanks, Craig. June on YouTube says, Craig, I use your bow making technique all the time now. All my cards have bows now. Never used to. You've made me a bow lady. Oh, a bow lady. There's an that's a new one, isn't it? We'll put that in our crafty dictionary. Bow lady. Lady that ties Craig's bows. Christine says, just a minute, postman came with a big parcel from CC, must open now.
Hey.
Well, you must get back to me and tell me what was in it.
I know.
You can't just leave us hanging there. You have to tell us what was in it as well. Jan says, I think I'll go down to my craft room now and release my foil press. I haven't used it for a while. I'll still be watching. And Mary says, rose gold, my favourite CC collection. The colours are exquisite. Kathy says, very quickly, can you use any heat activated foil on the foil press, Craig? Quick question.
Rightio, you can, as long as it's heat activated. What you need to keep in mind is our foil press is the only one where you can obviously determine the actual time that your item's on it. So what I mean by that is some of your actual foil press heats are different temperatures. So you just need to make sure that your foil press foil, like ours is, it's going to work perfectly whether it's on your foil press for a shorter amount of time or a longer amount of time. All the other foil presses or all the other foils out there, what they do is they have been tested just so that they work with the one foil for one specific time, and that's it. I don't know if that quite made sense. I know what I was trying to say in my head there.
Yeah, no.
But,
no, I understand. So what Craig is saying in essence is when a company makes a machine that will foil, they develop a foil which works with their machine. They don't really care about anybody else's machine. So actually the thing to do is probably, give it a try, but err on the side of caution and see whether it will work. Is that what you were roughly trying to say, Craig?
Kind of. That's what I was trying to say. But obviously with our foils as well, because they can maybe be on for a shorter amount of time or a longer amount of time, then obviously that's where our foils work, because it works for in between all these times.
Yeah.
Like I said, I still don't know if I kind of made myself clear, but
yeah.
It's
clear as mud.
I think you know what I mean.
That's clear as a muddy puddle,
So
Craig.
you can do, but of course our ones are obviously working design. Do you know what? I'm just going to stop right there.
Do you want to have another go at it?
Yeah, well, we're trying. No,
I might ask him that question again later and see if we get a fifth answer. Anyway, in the meantime, should we talk ink for a second, just to de-scramble our brains just for a minute? Because Oh, that felt like homework for a second there, didn't it? We have got a beautiful bundle of our Midas metallic pigment ink pads for you right now. These are sensational. And I have to tell you, I'm going to show you little boards for all the colours that you've got here. These are the most delightful inks. They're absolutely beautiful. You get 9 of these inks in this collection. So you get the lovely blush pink, you get the cool and beautiful bronze. And I have to tell you, the amount of, I'm guessing it's mica in the pigment in some way that gives it that lovely metallic sheen and sparkle. It's very, 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 very highly concentrated. I don't know, does it say on them, Craig? Craig's just having a little look at the moment. I don't know what makes the actual metallic. I guess there must be a real metallic element to it in some way, like a mica that goes in. But they are so, so juicy, and the pads on the ink pads are so soft and luscious and gorgeous. And the effect you get with them when you're stamping, as you can see, everyone's been stamped out onto a butterfly here. They're incredible. Now, I'm going to tell you that this bundle here at £35 or $55 represents quite a massive saving, doesn't it? So it's almost like, I was trying to work it out. It's around about 20% the saving. I was trying to work it out because it's slightly, the economics of it is slightly different in the UK than the US, but it basically means you are getting ink pads for free in this bundle. Now, can I tell them just how few bundles of this that we have? Where are we now, Johnny? Right, okay, 3/4 of the stock of this bundle in this configuration as it is sold out already, which is ridiculous. So a lot of you did it in Shop the Show before the show came along. That's left us with. Now, in saying 75% of the stock has gone, you might be thinking, well, the other 25% might be 3,000. No, can I just tell you, it's closer to a dozen. It's closer to a dozen sets of this bundle left. So you know, now I've said that to all the hundreds and thousands of people who are watching this right now, that actually that is going to disappear, and I'll be coming back to say to you, oh, I'm sorry, it's probably gone by now. We didn't start with a big stock of these today in this bundle. You will still be able to buy them individually, but individually the ink pads are what, $4.99 in the UK or $7.95. What I would say is bear in mind today's discount code as well. I'll get that back on your screen as well, because if you spend over £30 or $30 before your postage, you just use this code here, WCD 10 off 30, because it's World Card Making Day today. So we've created a voucher code to save you some money today as well, which is pretty good. So take advantage of it while you can. It's absolutely brilliant. Right, let's see what we're chatting about right now. Can you foil onto glitter cardstock is a quick question from Michelle, Craig.
Absolutely, you can do. Yep, you can foil on a glitter card, no problem at all. Certainly with our shedless glitter card or any shedless glitter card. You can do it with glitter card at sheds. I don't advise that one, because what's going to happen, you're going to foil onto it, it'll work, and then as it shreds, what's going to do is going to take away some of that foil, so it's going to disturb your image. So if you use the shedless glitter card, then yeah, absolutely no problem at all.
Fabulous. Some good news for Carol. She was watching Colour Me Happy yesterday, and I hope I'm reading this correctly. She says her hint of classiques have just arrived.
Wow.
Does that mean she ordered them yesterday and they arrived today? Good golly, Miss Molly. That's all right, isn't it? That's really, really good. Sorry, friends in the US. I know it takes you a little longer to get those. Although, are the hint-ofs are on craft day, aren't they, on HSN on Tuesday? Aren't they? Yes, they are. Sorry, I had to look to Craig, because Craig's part of the HSN craft day, you know. He's going to be on there. How many times, Craig? 3 times?
I'm going to be on 3 times, yeah, with a global launch of Sharon Callis. We've had a few people as well on my pages saying, is it only America that's getting it? I can't say, but no, it might be coming elsewhere as well.
Do you know what? We cannot keep a secret to save our lives here, can we? Yeah, if we know something, that's it. We're like, I think we use the rule of, if Sarah was here, would she say it? And then we use that as a yardstick to say, heck, we'll say it too. That's what we do. Can you use the ink pads for stamping layers, says Peggy? the metallics?
Absolutely, you can do. Yeah, you can layer up. Of course, when you think about our layering system, what we tend to do is use 3 colours, for instance, and it's going to be, for instance, red. It's going to be light, medium, and then dark to get that tone of the actual layered stamps. But yeah, you can do with the other ones. You know, you've got like a lighter pink, you've got a deeper pinks that, maybe incorporate a silver so that you can do. But it's perfect for heat embossing as well, or blending. We're going to do a bit of blending as well, distressing. So there's so many different things. Because it's nice and juicy, takes a while to dry, which means it's perfect for doing your heat embossing powders.
Wunderbar. Right, okay. So what are you doing next, Craig, then? I think it's your turn again now.
My turn.
Your turn to do something now.
So what we're going to do is we're going to make a home decor frame. I'm going to make it to the point of it could be an 8x8 card, and then I've got an 8x8 frame as well, so you can bring that in. So as more so again into America, as you're going into the gift giving season and Thanksgiving, that sort of stuff. But then when it comes to here in the UK of Christmas or birthdays or that, you could be using that too. So what we're going to do to start with is I've just got some of our white smooth stamping card just here, and then what I've done is I've cut it to 5.5 by 6.5, and then within the collection I'm using the Elegant Roses die. Now this is an edgeable, so what you'll find is you've got your die cutting edge all the way around, but then on this side here it stays in place. So what I'm just going to do is I'm just going to pop that to the top of my card, and I'm just going to secure that down with a bit of low tack tape. I'm just using the grids on my glass mat just to roughly kind of line it up. So I'm just following the lines on each side just to ensure that it's kind of straight. So we're just going to put that one down. And did you notice, Derek, you know, the actual dies for the foil press are rose gold themed.
Oh, they're so cool, aren't they?
They are so cool.
They're so glamorous. I'd have them on a little display. You know, we have these little plastic stands that we make all of our displays out of. Oh, there you go. That's gone behind the curtain, hasn't it? But I'd get some of these and I'd just show off my rose gold collection in my craft room, because all the packaging is gorgeous and lovely and pink and good, and the actual dies themselves, they are to be proud of. I'd have a magnetic sheet taped to the wall just with my rose gold dies on, definitely.
That's such a good idea of
Isn't
doing
it?
that
Yeah,
one.
show them off.
I've seen more and more actually starting to use that, getting the sheets, either popping them on in their folders or then popping them on the walls, or you have them stored in the folders like we've got on today's show, and then if you're spending a lot of time using them, take them out the folders and just maybe clip them onto a wall if you've maybe got a wee clipper that, and then that's a good way to use them before storing them back into the folders. So it's such good ways, but yeah, it's quite a genius way.
Craig, I'm just going to say right now, you were talking about celebrations coming up, of course. I'm just going to say to you, 10th of November.
Oh, I can only imagine what that's going to be. Someone's birthday, is it?
I couldn't possibly say. I'm just dropping a hint. You know,
right. Yeah.
Dropping a little hint. I'll be 24 this year. Thanks for asking.
Well, yeah.
Plus VAT.
Young thing then. Young blood.
Yeah.
That would be younger than me then.
Yeah. Yeah.
Although
how can that be?
How can that be?
How could that have ever been, Craig?
Do you know what I found out last week? And I was last week, a couple of weeks ago actually.
Go on.
I was totally shocked. I'm older than Joe. Now, I'm not saying Joe looks older than me, just to say.
I think you are.
But, well, he does look a wee bit older than me.
Maybe because his beard's a bit fuller, Craig. Maybe that's giving him some distinction.
Yeah, I don't know why I just thought that Joe was older than myself, but no, I'm the oldest one. So I was shocked at
not
that.
in the room right now, Craig.
No, I know he's not. I'll probably get a text from him later on.
All right,
I know. Could you imagine, eh?
Not that old, you know.
Could you imagine? I know. Look at it in this one here. See how we've got that double edge there? So we've just die cut them on each edge, and then you can actually even paper piece these wee bits in just to make them stand out that wee bit more.
Were you born in the 80s then, Craig?
I was, 1985.
Good
Yep.
Lord. Oh, I was well underway by then.
You better. What year were you born then?
Ah, well, you know. Anyways, at that time, you're meant to be demoing. Concentrate on what you're doing.
So now that we've done that one, what I've done is I've just taken this next one, the ornate frame. So this has got all the detail all the way around. There's not a cutting edge in the middle, but you do get your inside die to use as well. So you can actually use them together or separate. So we're just going to bring in my plates again. So all of these will go through your junior.
Do you know what Johnny's just told me?
What's that?
He said another couple of people have just checked out on their Midas ink collection. I can tell you who that is, Johnny, as well. Susan Rushton is one of them, who was saying, thanks for the heads up. I've been wanting those Midas ink pads. I've got the bundle, used the code, and now I just have to wait for them to arrive. And Loretta Swindle on YouTube, I'm going to guess you're the other one that's just checked out as well, because you've just said, I'm running to order those ink pads, and she's put a running emoji. We are now 80%, so we are not far away from saying limited stock on those ink pads there. Ingrid on Facebook says, my goodness, Craig, I have kids your age. She can't be talking about me, clearly, it must be you.
must be me. It must be me.
You.
Yeah. Although I do always forget that I'm 35. It's funny. I don't know what it is. I just always forget that I'm 35. Or what I'll do if someone asks my age or that, and I'll either say 34 or 36, and then I'm like, oh no, wait a minute, no, I'm 35. I don't know what it is. I think it's because I don't feel 35. That's what it is.
You've got this this talent, Craig, of somehow as you get older, you're looking younger. You're doing like a Benjamin Button, I think, aren't you? Where you're going backwards rather than forwards.
I think it's my beard. That obviously makes me look older as well. Older for the better.
Yeah, I think you've been watching lots of makeup technique videos, and that's helping things along as well.
Do you think so?
Yeah.
Do you think that's what it is?
Do you pluck your eyebrows as well, Craig?
Oh gosh, no.
They're very nicely shaped.
Don't do anything like that.
Does somebody else pluck them then?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, I don't do anything.
Well, they're
with
very
them.
nice shape on their own, aren't they?
Oh no, I can't be bothered with anything like that. No. Yeah. Could you imagine me having to sit and pluck? No.
No.
Won't do it. So there we go. We can see we've got that frame just there. And then what I've just done is just cut that in half, so we've got that a bit of a diagonal angle. So then what we're going to do is let's bring in the word sparkle. So we're going to take this one, you've got the other ones such as love, etc., happy birthday, but we're going to use sparkle. And then let's just take that one, oh, it's already open at the top. So I'm just going to take this one out. Now I've already got a couple of these die cut, but then let's do it with glitter card, just so that you can see. So let's just pop that one on, and I'm just going to run that one through.
Whoop whoop. Oh, sorry. What's the official noise, Craig, when something's about to approach limited? What's the official noise? Because you make it better than anyone.
Oh, is it the horn? Is it?
Could you please, if you don't mind?
That's
the one. Yeah. Thank you very much. We are now limited. What's he like? We are now limited stock on the ink pad bundle, officially limited stock. Do you know what? You talking about age, Craig? Everyone, including me, is feeling rather their age right now. Betsy just says, Craig, you're a year younger than my daughter. I'm feeling old. Michelle says, Craig, I was already out of high school when you were born. In fact, my oldest daughter is 4 years younger than you are. And Vanessa says, Craig, the year you were born, I got married. I'm feeling right old now.
That's the thing, when you start to talk about age or date of birth, that's when people start to feel old.
It's just numbers, Craig.
See, that's what I think as well.
Numbers.
I think it's just numbers. It's not. It's true what they say. You're only as young as you feel, and I certainly don't feel 35. I feel about 45, but no, I don't. I definitely feel younger. There we go. We can see now what I've just done on that one there is I've already cut that, but I've just cut that into glitter card. So just before I take it out.
Oh, now Craig, I had a question earlier about glitter card, about the sandwich. That was the sandwich question. Which sandwich do you use to cut into glitter card?
Exactly the same as paper or cardstock, nothing different. Right. Okay. What I would do is if I had something that was a real detailed die and lots of wee fiddly bits of that, I would add my metal shim in. So I'm cutting into my metal shim. Other than that, nope, it's just exactly the same. So it's your base cut and plate, it's your glitter card, and then your die, plastic shim, magnetic, and then top cut and plate.
Fabulous.
And it's going to cut out
Thanks
just
very
perfectly
much.
like this one. And even then, this one here, I actually didn't even do the pause and reverse. I just let that go through the once, and that's die cut just beautifully. But then all that I do again is die cut exactly the same on a bit of coordinated cardstock. Now you could be using the rose gold that's in the collection, maybe any others that you've got. And then just done a bit of an off shadow effect, just with some glue, both together just there. And then what I can start to do is bring in these ones. So this is your modern roses. So I've got a couple of these already cut, but what I want to do is I want to do at least one of the roses and one of the leaves, just to show you how I layer them up. For instance, I've done that one and I have done that one just there. So I've got a few of them already done, but let's just do one each so that you can see. So I'm going to take some deeper cardstock, cut that one out, and then what I'm also just going to do is bring in our glitter card, and we're going to cut that one out. So let's bring in our plates again.
Which glitter card are you using, Craig?
So this is the glitter card that came originally with the foil, the rose gold collection.
Okay.
But we've got some within our glitter card range that you'll find on the website, where we've got either bundles of glitter card, or we've also got sheets where you get 10 pack of individual colours.
Wow.
So you can just go into the website, you know, we've got like things like gold, you know, we've got even like an ivory tone, we've got some different bright colours if you wanted to as well, just to complement. Because what you're going to see in a moment, when it comes to the actual main layers, I've added a bit of red. So you'll just see how that just finishes it off and just adds a bit of an accent to it. But I'm just going to take that rose out there so we can see. Let's pop it onto there. So you've got such a super cool rose, ornate rose. And then with the glitter card of the leaf, we've got that one just there. And then all that I'm just going to do now is I want to layer these ones up. So let's take all of that, move that out the way. I'm just going to bring in a bit of gold mirror card and a bit of kind of like a peach card. Take it, let's just use our dotty tape runner for speed. So I'm just going to pop that over the back. If you've got your sprays, your tacky glue, maybe you've got your Xyron, anything like that, that's just going to pop into place just there.
Oh, I've just checked and had a little search to save you from doing it. Certainly on the US website, so I think it's going to be the same in the UK. But I'm afraid that the solar gold and rose gold in the glitter card at the moment is out of stock. I'm not surprised on the deal on it because the glitter cards, packs of 10, they're on 3 for $14 in the US. So they are out of stock at the moment, unfortunately. I just thought I'd save you the search and go and have a look myself, and you know, I'm afraid it's not there at the moment. But hey ho, we will get it back, I'm absolutely sure.
I'm sure we will. And crafters being crafters like myself, you probably already have some kind of glitter card within your stash. If it's not ours, then I'm sure you've got some kind of branded glitter card that you can be using. And as though I'm keeping along the rose gold theme, you know, there's nothing stopping you from changing the colorways completely. You know, you maybe want to go for pinks and lilacs and ivories, or you might want to go real rustic colors. It's entirely up to yourself.
Oh, Craig, sorry to interrupt. You have to listen to this though. This is so lovely. I love doing the shows on a Saturday because actually because it's the weekend and you're a little bit more relaxed and whatever. The things you share with us, because we're all friends here, is amazing. Kathleen on YouTube, she's just said, boys, you are so fun. I'm old enough to be your great gran. I've been making cards for 60 years or more. I still learn from you and love it. Finding Crafters TV enriches my days. Mwah! That's amazing, thank you.
That is so nice to hear, and it's lovely to hear that, you know, whether whatever age range that you're in, you know, you enjoy watching up, you get inspiration, and then it's always nice to see as well what you make too, because we get a completely different take on what you make at home. You see things and think of things and see different colorways that we don't always see, so it's nice to see. So do, you know, even send them in. You know, there's the dress just there. Sorry, Derek, I'm waiting to do your job now. But, you know, just along the bottom there, you've got studio@crafterscompanion.co.uk. Send your pictures in. It doesn't actually even have to be with the rose gold. If you've got that, perfect, let us see. But let us see what you make as well, because it's so inspirational and it's lovely to hear that.
We have actually got some pictures coming up, Craig, and that's fine. You do my job. I'm just going to get one of these dies out and just run it through the Rose Gold Junior now and just show you how it really is done. No,
won't
really
be long
not.
before you're standing here doing that.
Oh, no. People keep saying that on my Facebook page as well, because I've started crafting, and I'm like, no, I am so many light years away from ever taking Craig's place, but it's very sweet of you to say, but it's never going to happen.
Yeah, it's nice to see. It would be good to see you here one day, maybe.
Yeah, maybe. So you can laugh, that's why.
So what I've just done is I want to just curve or add a bit of shape to the leaf, but I don't want to use my glue gel. I want to use my foam pads, which you can still do. So just add a bit of height to it. You're still going to get the curvature to it and a bit of shape to it. And same with the back, I've just added some just there. And then all that I'm just going to do is I'm going to start to build this one up. Now, this is where my back layers, it could be an 8x8 card blank. So this is exactly what it is, 8x8. Used the same colours I've been using throughout, added a bit of red. And then I've brought in another layer just here that I'm going to pop within the middle. So let's bring in our
Craig, were those papers from the rose gold paper pad?
They were originally, yep.
Craig,
so
you teased.
Other than the red layers, you know, it is all from the original rose gold.
Which none of us can
But
get
the
now.
thing is, I know so many have the paper pads out there.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to incorporate them. But again, they're so, I tell you what.
What?
I tell you what. Tell you what.
Uh-oh.
Because I'm in such a mischievous mood, because I'm that excited. Stay there, stay there. I'm just reaching over. Now. We've got something that would work with these ones. So this is coming up. It's launching on Tuesday on HSN.
Oh.
Before it comes to... Now, see if Sarah's watching.
Oh.
Right.
Oh.
Sorry, well, Johnny, I take full responsibility.
Okay.
I take full responsibility.
Sarah would.
We've got some new Rose Garden Sarah Signature collection. That's all I'm going to show you. But there's papers, there's vellums. That's going to work with this die range as well. So think about when you're watching Sarah on Tuesday and then the rest of us on the team over the next couple of weeks, think about your Rose Gold collection, bringing it in with the Rose Garden collection, changing the colours, changing the looks and changing the ways. It's going to work beautifully
Good call that as well.
So yeah, if you don't see me the rest of the week, then you know that
Craig's been sacked.
But there you go, it's just a bit of a heads up. Bit of a heads up.
That's all right.
But let's bring this one back in and we'll finish this one up. So what we've just done there, what we've just done there, we've just layered them ones up, and now I'm going to bring in my layer here. So this is the one that I die cut. I'm just going to use this one because I've already put my foam pads on the back, but I'm just going to bring in a bit of the pink lace for this one. And I've just got my blending tool. Now keeping in mind, stamp with it, do any of your ink techniques with it if you want. You can do all of that one just there. And then I'm just adding all of these ones just here. Derek, please tell everyone. Please tell everyone, because they're going to wonder why I'm laughing.
Okay, so there's lots of people in the comments who may have taken something I said slightly in jest earlier rather more seriously than I intended. I'm not going to be 24 in. I mean, maybe the makeup, maybe because I'm in a little box in the corner of your screen. Maybe you think, well, actually, he could. You know, he's losing his hair a little bit, but maybe he could pass for 24. When I say plus VAT, you have VAT in America, right? It's like a tax on everything you buy. And here I think the rate is something like, is it 20% VAT? I think here it is at the moment. So you can add at least 20% on, probably 3 times over actually. So yes, I am considerably older than Craig. I'd just like to point out. You're very, very sweet though for believing.
That's brilliant. I love that one. I love that one.
I love you all for believing that.
Can you see just now? Oh, that's made my day. Can you see now? Because I've used the actual pink lace for this one, it sits nicely on the card I've chosen to use. Now I am lifting it up with height because it's going to go into an actual frame, although you're still going to be able to add height if you're keeping it as a card. Then what I'm going to do now is I'm going to bring in these 2 corners that I've cut. So remember, this one came from this die here, our ornate frame, and I've just chopped it in half. So then what I'm going to do is, I've even got myself well organised and got my tape on the back just here. And what I'm going to do is, I'm just going to add this to each side. But instead of obviously keeping it the square way, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to tuck it in at each point just here. So then what's happening with the frame at the top as well as these 2 corner ones, it pulls your eye within the middle. So it's all about, you again, just pulling your eye into the direction you want to go. So again, let's just pop that one in just there, pressing that one into place. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in my die cut sparkle that I've already got just here. So again, I've got my foam pads already on the back. If you want to keep it, again, with the one level with your glue, your dotty tape runner, you can do. But I am adding some height to it. And we're just going to add this one on. So it's all about adding dimension, certainly with it being in a frame. Again, what you're going to do is, depending on the time of the day, you know, you have a look at your frames at home, and depending on the light that's coming through, you know how they can look different sometimes. You can look different shades, and that's all about height that's within your pictures. So that's exactly what I'm doing just here.
Craig, I've spent the last 30 seconds, I'm afraid, not listening to a word you were saying, because I'm just conjuring up an idea of... At least I was honest. No, I was listening and I was watching as well. But do you know what I was just thinking as you were pulling those foam pads off? What we should do, we should have a foam pad off with all of the male crafters, because there are lots of male crafting experts in the UK. I mean, we've got the one, of course, naturally, but there are others as well. But I don't think anyone can pull the back off foam pads quite as quickly. In fact, we could include female crafters into that as well, and see if we can get a Guinness World Record for pulling the backs off as you know, more foam pads than anyone else within an hour. That could get you in the Guinness World Book of Records, Craig.
It could do. I don't know if maybe there's something in the Guinness World Records. I don't know.
What, about pulling the backs off foam pads?
Yeah, probably not.
Really?
Probably not.
I don't think it'll be that obscure, will it? I think we could create...
We could start one, yeah.
We could start one, yeah.
Why not? That's a good idea, isn't it?
I think that's a really good idea. How many do you reckon you could do in an hour, Craig?
In an hour?
Should we say 10 minutes?
I don't have my finger would last that long. Should we say 10
minutes?
10
minutes?
So 15 minutes maybe?
Okay, 15 minutes. How many do you think you could do in 15 minutes?
Depends on the size, I suppose.
I know. Well, like everything in life. But let's say it was... let's say it was the... let's say it's the size that you're using on the back of your flowers right now, for argument's sake.
Oh, hundreds at least.
Hundreds.
Hundreds.
Right. Okay.
Hundreds.
Do you know, I might contact, because I think all you do is you literally contact the Guinness Book of Records and you say to them, is there a record attempt already for someone pulling off the backs of, you know, foam pads? And then what we'll do is we'll set it up as a competition as well with other crafters. And we'll get it all filmed, obviously socially distanced, and see who wins. And I just know it would be you, absolutely, hands down. I mean, forget horsepower on cars, Craig. You've got pad power. Is that right? Is that probably not the right way of saying it, is it? But, you know, like, you all right there? Nice card.
Are you actually listening to yourself? Really?
Anyway, show us your card.
Yeah, let's just show us the card.
Yeah.
Oh, look at this. So this could be the front of your card, and what I've just actually noticed as well.
Yes.
If you are a certain Harry Potter fan, you know that ball thing that flies all over the place, a snitch or something. Do you know? It kind of reminds me certainly of that way. You know, if that way just there you go. So snitch. Kind of reminds me of that.
Is it actually that?
I don't think it is. No, I've only seen the
Johnny's
original
checking because he thinks he said the wrong thing.
It's got that kind of. It is a snitch, a gold
snitch.
Snitch. It kind of looks like that one. So you know, I don't know how you would incorporate this to any, you know, wizardly Harry Potter theme but it's got that look. But this could be your card, 8x8 card blank, and that's you good to go. However, let's just bring in a box frame. So this is just an 8x8 box frame. I got this from, here in the UK, I got it from a store called The Range. I know stateside, you know, you'll have your inexpensive stores that you can get your home decor. So I've already just cut this and got this to size. So I'm just going to pop this into the frame. And then all that I'm going to do is, I'm just going to open just these ones up, just so that we can slot this back bit in. And then you could be thinking of gifts, whether it's birthdays, whether it's celebrations, maybe wedding gifts, anniversary gifts, certainly coming into this time of the year where it's going to be gift season.
Well, lots of people moving into their houses as well. Our Jake, who works behind the scenes, has just moved into his new house as well. So it could be a house, what do you call it? Housewarming.
Housewarming, yeah.
Call it. Yeah.
And if you've got your alphabet dies or that, then you could then start to maybe incorporate their name.
Down.
Let's turn it the right way round. So then we've then gone from what could be just a card to now just incorporating it. Why not give it as a card? Give it with a frame as well, then they can pop it into the frame afterwards and then they're able to keep it up. But then just by adding the pads in the middle, I've kept the glass on the back just here, but you've got that extra dimensional, just a bit of sparkle. Use whatever word you've got within your own stash. Don't forget, within the actual bundle, main bundle, you're getting your glitter glues and that as well. Maybe add them on as well, but just something a wee bit different other than a card.
10th of November.
10th of November.
10th of November.
Would it go in your house, would it?
Yeah, of course it would, yeah. It would go in my new crafting, DHQ it's called.
DHQ, I like that.
DHQ. Oh, no, hang on. Yeah, it is called DHQ, isn't it? Yeah. My new crafting space at home, I've got the letters DHQ for when I start doing my Facebook Lives. Yeah, that's not going to happen either,
I bet you've got those letters die cut and you've got them behind a star and it's kind of like on the door of the wall or something.
No, they wouldn't. They were wooden and I covered them in gems. Oh, you'd like it, Craig? Actually, a lot of people have suggested that we do a joint Facebook Live, which was probably more space in your crafting.
I don't know if I'd have this patience, because you just
The
start
patience.
waffling on with different things.
Well, we're not confined to 2 hours, are we, on a Facebook Live, Craig? We could go on as long as we like, couldn't we?
Well, we could do, actually.
That'd be amazing.
That's an idea, yeah.
You know
That's
I
a
make
really
good tea
idea.
as well, don't you?
You do, actually,
I do
yeah.
make good tea.
You do make a
You
really
ask
good
Johnny,
cup of
you
tea.
ask anyone here. Craig, I love that background. Is there a rose gold ink pad? I was feeding hubby. Missed how you inked it.
So there's not one specifically rose gold. If I take a few of these ones, so we've got a couple such as, right, what have we got? We've got a bit like a red garnet. We've got, actually there is one that's called, correct myself.
The blush isn't too far away, is it?
That's right, yeah. Now, is the, actually, if I got...
Or is it rose? Hang on.
Rose satin.
Yeah, that's in the bundle.
Yeah, that's in the bundle.
Are we any bundles left, Johnny? Oh, the bundle that we had has sold out. Gosh, that went quick, didn't it? Oh, that's gone. But the rose satin, is the rose satin still available individually? Let me show you that one. That's the rose satin. Now, individually, I think they're $4.99 or $7.95. Let me give you a better impression of what that colour looks like as well, because there's a little bug. Okay, there are literally 3 of these ink pads left individually in rose satin, because obviously a lot of them were allocated to the bundles, so there are now 3 individually. So if you want that one, that's going to be the closest to rose gold that you can get. Aren't we good? We're such a service, aren't we? We're there. We're like, you know, at the stores, you have the people who have the big badges on, which say happy to help. Craig and I are like that, aren't we? We're so good to you. Right, anything you want, just let us know. Your wish is our command. We're going to see some of your pictures as well in just a moment. Mary says, I just love Craig and Derek. They're both so funny together. I'm not sure if she means funny strange or funny ha-ha. Cecilia says, I ordered the flower foam collection. Can't wait to get it. Ah, now talking of flower foam, just wait there just a moment and we're going to show you something spectacular that you might not have seen before. In the meantime, let's break down the rose gold collection into smaller bundles for you as well. Lots of you have been going for the full collection. In fact, quite a few of you have been taking your rose gold Geminis today, which is a UK only, of course, but I'll give you the details for that in a wee while as well. So let's start with the embossing and stamping collection then. 34 elements in there, so really good buy. This one comes in under £30. It's saving you 25% in this configuration. You've got the 3 embossing folders, the cut and emboss folder, the decorative rose, plus the 2 sets of stamps there, £28 or $38. Very, very popular today. The foiling, very, very popular, especially since Craig got his out again and showed us just how this works, because it is incredible, isn't it? That one, remember, gets you the holographic rose foil, and it gets you the foil stamp and cut die, the sparkle frame that Craig foiled in acetate a little bit earlier on. In fact, Craig's inspired a lot of people to get theirs out today as well. Maybe for the first time, maybe you watched one of the shows before and you've got your foil press, but it hasn't come out since. It's great, isn't it? Just get it out and have a little play. Then we've got the stamp and die collection. This is really, really popular. Lots of pieces to this again as well. You've got the Scent with Love collection, which is the with the atomizer and the perfume bottles. You've got the Sparkle and Shine, which is that lovely cocktail glass. Comes with all of the embellishments, the accoutrements. What's the word I want? Ephemera. Comes with the ephemera as well. And also you get the birthday wishes, which comes with those lovely. Is that a cupcake there? Cupcake, isn't it?
It is, and
it's
a wedding
cupcake,
cake.
a birthday cake, and it's like an ice cream cornet in there. I mean, lovely. Absolutely beautiful. £35 or $43. But no one's paying any of these prices, by the way, and I'll explain what I mean in just a moment. Then we've got a dies bundle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 dies in there. You've got the word dies, you've got the quilling flower, you've got the ornate frame. Was that the one you just used, Craig, as well? Wasn't it the ornate frame?
It was, yeah.
Yeah, it was. For the corners, wasn't it?
It was for the corners.
Yeah, absolutely. See, I was paying attention. I just said that merely for comedy that I wasn't paying attention. I really was. 25% saving on that bundle there. £43, $56 is not the price you'll be paying. Talking of flower forming foam, let's show you a couple that we saw yesterday. Now, we've got foliage greens, which is really, really cool, this one. Gosh, look at that price. Now, what we've done is we've purloined, we've borrowed a deal that was actually on yesterday and we've made it live for today as well, which is brilliant. £5.39, $8.95 gets you. How many sheets are there in those packs, Johnny? Sorry, I don't have 7. Oh yeah, it says it on the top there, doesn't it? Come on, Derek. Use your eyes. I've got a smaller screen than everyone else. Everything of mine is smaller than everybody else's. It's not fair. £5.39, $8.95. Now, there's also the Lily collection from the Nature's Garden. 9 pieces. I can see the 9 there. I can see the 9. So 3 of the white, 3 of that lovely soft green, and 3 in the pink as well. $8.99 or $8.95. Let's go into the Garden of Love, shall we? Oh, come with me to the Garden of Love. For the flower forming foam there. Beautiful, 3 different colours there, $8.99 or $11.69. And if you want some amazing flower forming foam in lovely autumnal colours, then you need to be on, if you're stateside, you need to be joining us on the HSN Craft Day, because they are, you're going to love them. And don't forget, and I realise we're talking to everybody in the whole world right now, but on Monday at, is it 2 p.m. Eastern, I think it is, isn't it? Monday, there's going to be a preview, an HSN preview on the HSN Facebook page with Sarah and the one and only Adam Freeman as well together. You know, you think Craig and I are cheeky when we're together. You wait till Sarah and Adam Freeman are together and it's a real free-for-all ahead of the HSN Craft Day. So that's going to be Monday at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, I think it is, Eastern time. Check out our Crafters Companion USA Facebook page for all of that. And I'm just, honestly, I'm ridiculously jealous of all you guys in the US, because all of those goodies that you're getting on the HSN Craft Day, most of those goodies we have only seen here in the UK just to show you in the US. It's like teasing, but some of it is coming our way as well, which is really good. Now let's talk storage, shall we? Because we've got the storage folder on the show. We're going to start with the large one. And this is brilliant. So it's full A4 size. It's got a carrying handle on the side as well. And even, because you're going to have to buy multiples of these, clearly, a little tag on the side so you can mark it up with which collections are inside it. And inside it, what we've done with this one, dies not included, obviously, but what we've done is we've included, is it 3 or 4 of the magnetic pages? 3. I can't really move them that far because otherwise I'm going to knock over the rest of the display there. But obviously die is not included. But it comes with the magnetic sheets. Now the magnetic sheets are magnetic on one side and they're acrylic on the other side, which is brilliant. So you can put your dies on the front and you can put your stamps on the back. So the price of the folder ordinarily is $19.99, Johnny. That's right, isn't it? So what we're doing is we're including the magnetic pages for free. Now there's another option where we'll include the acrylic pages. I should shut that too soon, didn't I, really? Because there is also acrylic panels in there. I don't think they're in here actually, but basically they are double-sided acrylic pages, and we're including those in this bundle here for £19.99 or $24.95. Now that's the large one, which is brilliant. And I tell you what, the great thing about the large one is you can organise all of your stamps and dies into their collections, and then you can pop them into your bookshelf like that. One day I'm going to do that and the whole thing will come off the wall, I just know it. Here's the small one. Now we're doing the same on the small one as well. So we've got 2 bundles on the small one. So this is more, is it A6 size? Is that right? Am I right in saying that?
A5.
A5, sorry. I always get my A's mixed up. My paper sizes mixed up. So it's more A5 size. We've got 2 options here as well. So there's one option which includes the acrylic panels on which to hold your stamps on. and then you still stick, obviously, the carrier sheets on top of them, but they will stick to those pages, and they've got little index tabs on them as well. And we do another option, which comes with the magnetic pages as well for storing your dies. So same kind of principle as we just saw before. Listen, you guys know more about this than I do, so you know that that's a good deal. Basically, what we're doing is we're offering you, for the price of the actual folder itself, we're offering you free pages in it as well. Now, there was something I wanted to share with you, and I can't remember what it is. Robin Miller, hello my lovely, says daughter turns 30 on the 12th. Her wedding band is rose gold. So I'm doing a pop-up in rose gold for her. How wonderful, that's incredible. Is the rose gold Gemini the regular one or the junior? Sandy, it's the junior today that's on the show, and that's a UK only, but lots and lots of you have been adding this to your cart today because it's World Card Making Day. I'm just reminding you, because we've got a discount code on for this as well. So once your basket goes over £30 or $30, excluding the postage, which doesn't take long, does it? Use this code, WCD 10 off 30, and we'll take £10 or $10 off the total of your cart. Now, you can only use that once, so use it wisely. So if you're going for big collections or, you know, rose gold Gemini, whatever it might be, get it all in one cart and then check it out using that code, WC 10 off 30, and we'll take £10 or $10 off the bill. Loving it, as the kids say. Let's see some of your pictures then, shall we? Because you've been sending them in thick and fast. From the Rose Gold collection or not, we don't mind, because it's World Card Making Day. We just want to see everything you've got. So Maria, lovely Maria, you've sent us a couple of pictures there. Oh, now I like that. I like that, and I'm loving this one as well. Using the Happy Birthday die, which comes in the bundle as well, Craig, doesn't it?
Looks so nice. And what's good with these ones as well is using the white. Now, a lot of people think ivory automatically works good with the rose gold, which it does, but white also works really well. It makes them stand out too.
I remember that paper in the background as well from the paper pads. Really, really lovely. Beautiful. Robin sent us a picture as well. Oh, now, this is the collection that I haven't even clapped eyes on this yet.
Have you not?
No, I have not.
It's absolutely stunning.
You've got a masterclass on Wednesday, Craig, haven't I? Haven't you, even?
I don't think it's this Wednesday. I think it's
not?
the following, or is it this Wednesday?
I think it is this Wednesday, you know. Didn't we talk about it yesterday when we...
Yeah, we did, sorry.
Right, okay, can I just say... You know, Craig is, just come back to me for a second, Adam, sorry. I'm not directing, but sorry, Adam.
You're not in the producer chair yet.
Right. Yesterday, when I'm at home, and I was working at home yesterday on not just crafters, but a couple of other things as well. And what I did is I had a lovely chat with Craig. We were on the phone for about half an hour. It's called a producer call, where you discuss, you know, what are you going to be doing on that show? What should we do? And whatever. And what was that show, Craig?
It was Wednesday's masterclass.
Yeah, who's producing that?
You are.
So who did you chat to for about half an hour yesterday about that?
You.
Yeah. So, right. So it's obviously a memorable discussion, that, wasn't it? Anyway, let's go back to the cards now. Not talking to him anymore. Let's go back to the cards. Caroline. Oh, gosh, I love that.
Absolutely stunning. Using the foil press and using one of our snowflake backgrounds, as well as the Merry Christmas.
Very nice indeed.
Let's go back and see Robin's as well.
Yeah, why not? Because, yeah.
So
what's that, Craig? I don't recognise that.
What's that, sorry?
What's that she's used in her card? I don't recognise that.
She's been using the Peacock collection, which, if you didn't know, we have got a masterclass on Wednesday all about the full collection. So it's absolutely stunning with a paper pad there in the background, but then we've also got some of the peacocks, lots of different things that you could be using and incorporating, maybe even using some just here. Now, we've got, about 35 minutes to go. I want to get another 2 demos in. I want to get the 4 demos in with this full 2 hours. Let's go for it.
Go for it.
So what I've already done beforehand is we're going to be creating, again, thinking of maybe gifts. Now, it could be a tagger on the front of a card, but maybe just round a bottleneck. So what I've done is I've got a bit of card that was 4 inches by 8 inches, and then I've just trimmed it down. And then what I've just done is just scored a fold at the top there. So that's going to be round our bottleneck, and then we're going to be decorating this part just here. So what we're just going to do is, I brought in a piece of cardstock. So it's just our white smooth stamping card. That was a mouthful. That's with no gin at the moment, which is 3.5 by 4 3/4. So what we're going to do is we're also going to bring in a couple of, well, this one's the confetti burst embossing folder, and we're also using the sparkle and shine. So this is the one where you get stamps as well as this goblet, or you know, it could be champagne glass, whatever you so wish. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to bring this one in, and I'm actually just going to die cut it first. So if I die cut it, and then I'm going to emboss it. If I was to emboss first and then die cut, what would happen is you would start to actually squash some of the embossed detail, which we don't want to do. So we're going to die cut it first. So it's going to be a bit of a tag with a shaker element to go around your bottle for a gift. We could be doing that one here, but again, have a look at the colours you've got at home and see how you can change them.
Craig, can I just throw in a quick question, because it's an interesting one from Christine on Facebook. She said, the sparkle frame foil stamp that you were using before on the acetate, the stamp and cut, can this sparkle frame go through the Gemini?
So the sparkle
frame foil stamp and cut, can that go through the...
So
yes, forget the cut bit.
So it's not an actual die. It's for the foil press. It's a foil press stamp.
Yeah, can that go through the Gemini?
Well, yeah, because you use it for the foil press. We used it for the Gemini. It went through the Gemini.
I think she meant minus the foiling, maybe.
Minus the foil. You can, but what you would do is you just get the embossed look. So what you can then do is maybe use your gilding wax over the top. So running it through with your cardstock, but with the embossed layer, with your embossing mat for your Gemini, and yeah, you'll get the embossed look. So you can do it that way if you wanted to.
Fabulous.
I've taken the actual die cut piece now, or the way we're starting to create that aperture, and then we're just going to pop that one just within the middle there. I'm not really worried if it's too neat or too straight, because you've kind of got that explosion look. It's going to work either way. It's a normal die, it's a normal embossing folder, meaning it's not a 3D, so it's just our 2 cutting plates, and we're going to run that one through. So this is where I mean by, if we've done the embossing first, then the die cutting, you'd start to flatten some of that embossed layer. So as this one comes out, we're then just going to add a bit of colour. So I'm just bringing in one of my water reactive ink pads, which is Sandstorm. So you could use one of the Midas ink pads if you've got them, but I'm just going to add that colour all the way around. It's going to be a bit of a hint of a colour. So we're just going all the way around, just like this one. It's picking up some of the detail. I don't want to go all the way in with the colour. I want to keep that colour on the outside. So we can see just there, and we can even see how it starts to just pick up all that embossed detail that we've got around the image just there. So if we move that one out of the way, and then what I'm just going to do as well, let's bring in just a piece of cardstock that I'm using. Bringing in, what have I done with the die? Here we are here. Bringing that same die in again. So if we bring that one in that you can see there, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in the center part just here. So that's then just going to pop in just like that one. And let's bring in our tape, and we're going to hold that one into place. Now, many of these dies from the collection today will go through your Gemini Mini or your Gemini Go. So that's handy just to have if you want to maybe add a sentiment or maybe an embellishment from the die set. They're going to go through. So just plastic shim, magnetic, and top cut and plate. And we're going to run that one through. And then I also want to take just a piece of acetate, and we're going to let that one just run through. I've also got some sequins that came with it originally as well. And then this is then going to give us kind of like the outline. So what that's going to do is that's going to sit nicely in there, but keeping in mind what we're going to do is we're going to pop that acetate on the back, which is going to hold it all in place. So if I've done that, oh, there we go. I thought for a minute there I'd lost it there because of that good old acetate by being see-through. So let's just add this bit on just here. So what I'm just going to do is finding the end of my red liner tape. Now I would tend to just go around the actual full detail, but what I'm just going to do for speed, let's just add it just kind of like in a rectangle. So if we find that end again, just here, and we're just going to wrap that all the way around. So we're going to create a sandwich effect with the acetate. Popping that one on, let's bring in our pokey tool, and we're just going to take that backing off. So let's just flick these ones out of the way, and then we can then add the acetate on. So I'm just going to layer that over the top. Doesn't have to be exact, I think that's slightly big, so let's trim that off. It's just enough just so that it covers the full back of the aperture. Then what we can do is let's bring in, so we've got this one that I've just die cut, already got one that I've just already ran it through the Xyron. So then we're just going to peel that one off, and then let's just take that one, and what that's going to do is that's just going to sit nicely just in the middle just there, but the acetate's holding it in place, and then that's going to give us the look of the goblet, or you know, it could be the wine glass, champagne glass, whichever one you want to call it. Then what I'm going to do is, I think I've scared Derek off. This is the quietest he's been.
Well, do you know why I'm so quiet? You always know when I go quiet that I'm taking stuff in, because I have got a shaker card die, which is like a glass like this, and you've just made me realise that because I'm a boy, a typical boy, haven't read the instructions, haven't watched a previous video of one being made, but it's just things have just fallen into place for me. So right. I've been taking in information. You know, this is like university for me, Craig, the university that I never did the first time around.
But I'm like you though, when it comes to instructions or that, I never read them.
Oh,
I just go full force in, just actually play or use or try and build whatever it is. You know, building furniture, for example, we don't need instructions, do we, as us guys? You know, if we screw it the wrong way or put it the wrong way, it doesn't matter.
Well, it always comes with too much of something anyway, doesn't it? Or not enough of something.
Always, yeah, always. So, yeah, we never read the instructions. I'd like to think 9 times out of 10 I don't need them.
No.
Until
April's just got her advent tree yesterday. Her advent calendar. Hooray! That's brilliant.
I can't wait to see what people start to make, because it'll be interesting. I know some of you out there have already started to open theirs.
Oh, don't be showing everyone else though.
No, do. If you get your advent calendar, you know, if you're showing people opened, don't show them what you get in it.
Yeah.
A lot of people wanting to wait, like myself. And that's the thing, Derek, a couple of people, actually I say a couple, many actually think that we know what's in it. We genuinely do not know.
No idea whatsoever.
We absolutely have no idea what is in the actual, the advent calendar. So there we go. So we've just done that one. Just created our own bit of a shaker that you can see just there. So then I've added that on a bit of gold card. Then all that I'm going to do is let's just add this one on with adhesive.
Oh, here's a good question from Susan. She said, what's the sandwich if you're cutting acetate?
So acetate is exactly the same as your cardstock. The only difference would be that if it was a real detailed die, like a background die or that, I would just possibly add in my my metal shim. But you know, try it without the I keep saying magnetic. Try it without the metal shim, but you will find most of the time with anything that's acetate with a lot of detail, just incorporate the metal shim. Okie doke. Then there we go. We're going to add this top bit. So I've just done exactly the same as I started to layer up this base one, but what I've done is I used my nesting dies just to create a separate top part, and it's a nice circle aperture. So we're just going to add our adhesive onto the side there, and we're going to pop this one on, just like so. And then what I've also already done, well, I'll use the ones that I've already done, just like I've done with the home decor frame. I used the roses, the modern roses. So I cut them out within some glitter card, and then I just backed them onto a piece of peach card that I had and cut round it. So that gives us a rose as well as a leaf. Now you could do a few of them if you wanted to, it's up to you. But I'm just going to add a bit of shape to it just by turning it around, bringing in are pads.
Craig, you'd be able to paper piece as well, wouldn't you? Those roses and those
look
leaves.
so smart being
Cut it
paper
twice,
pieced.
yeah.
Yeah, they would look really, really smart. Different texture cards, different look of cards. You know, again, could be glitter card, it could be pearl card. You could completely change the look, and it would look so smart. But then, all that I'm doing with the leaf, just adding a bit of adhesive. Again, just shaping it slightly. And then I'm going to tuck that underneath. Let's lift that a wee bit more and then add the leaf underneath there. Then also within the actual set, you get all these stamps too. Now let's bring in a bit of the card. So you get some sentiments, you get the confetti, you get the straw, you get the bit of lemon, or it could be lime, or it could be an orange. You get the bits to add to maybe a cocktail glass. That's so much fun, all these wee parts. And you get the dies to go with them. So I've just stamped and die cut out what would be a straw if you want it to be. And even this tiny little tag, and it's got on it with the stamp, drink me. So then all that I'm going to do with this one.
Oh, do you know what I've just dropped in, Craig? I don't know, I must have missed a bit at the beginning when you said I'm going to make something which goes over the top of a bottle. That's what you do. I wonder what the bit of the hole was at the top. I was thinking, what's that for? Funny card.
Yeah.
I'm thinking in a moment this will turn into a card and we'll see how it stands up. But it's not a card at all, is it?
No, it's literally going to go over the bottle, the neck of a bottle.
Where is my head today, Craig?
So now that could be a tag on its own. That could be on the front of a card, keeping in mind it's, you know, World Card Making Day. Or if you have got a bottle of maybe wine or, you know, maybe gin or something like that, we're just going to pop that over there.
Ooh.
But then think about if you make your own bottles of maybe olive oil or your flavoured oils or that
Yes.
as a gift given. Again, think of obviously Thanksgiving coming up. Maybe think of birthdays, Christmases. But then in Scotland we do first foot in, so at New Year, don't know how it's going to go.
You do
but
what,
the
Craig?
first foot in. So the first person into your house or over the foot of your doorway then brings in a gift. So it's that first person of the new year. So that's what we tend to do. Again, I don't know how that's going to work this year.
Oh.
But if you want to do a first foot in gift like that, something homemade or something home bought, that would be really good.
Now, I've got family, well, I've got family that used to live in Scotland, and they used to, if we ever used to go there for New Year, they would give me a piece of coal and then send me out to be the first, I thought, it's first footing, is it? Or first foot in?
First footing, but it's like first foot in. Exactly
First
as
foot
that.
in.
So it's the first foot into the house on the new year.
But I was sent out with a piece of coal to be the first footer. I don't know whether that's a good luck thing as well, isn't it? Is it to let the old year out and let the new year in? I tell you what, everyone will be first footing this year, won't they? Won't they? We'll let 2020 way out of the door. Doors, windows wide open, I would say, to let it out and let it go. Wouldn't you think?
Well, I think we'll need to wait and see on that one. You know, we'll see how the world's going by that point.
Apart from Crafters TV, what else good has come out of 2020? Hey?
Exactly.
Nothing at all. Right, quick question for you on the comments right now for the last 20 minutes. Because it's all gone quiet in the comments. I'm like, where's the gossip? So I want to know, right, okay, if we were in a cocktail bar right now, can you imagine me and Craig at a cocktail bar? Craig would be behind the bar. He'd be a topless cocktail barman with just one of his bow ties on, spinning around. He would be your topless cocktail waiter behind the bar. What would you order from Craig? What would be that cocktail that you would order from Craig as he is? You have to picture this as well because we won't show you actually. He will be your haughty scaughty behind the bar, topless with just a bow tie on. What would be the cocktail you would order? Get into the comments right now, YouTube or Facebook. I want to hear from you in the next 10 minutes about the cocktail it would be. There's many similarities. I think, if we put up a shot now of Tom Cruise and Craig side by side, you'd be like, oh, which one is which? You just wouldn't know, would you? Anyway, maybe the only way you could tell was the chest hair or lack of. Who knows? Anyway, before we get all unnecessary, let me remind you of, shall I remind you of something? I don't know. Let's have a reminder of the big collection, because the big rose gold collection has pretty much everything in it that we have in this show bundle today. So it's got all of your embossing folders, the cut and emboss folder. It's got the stamp sets, the sassy sentiments and the interchangeable ones. It's got all of the dies, all of the stamp and dies as well. well, remember, if you're buying this bundle here at, by the way, it's not $125 or £125 or $160, because we've got that code that we can use today to get us £10 or $10 off a single basket that goes over £30. In fact, can you add that discount code to the screen, Adam, if you've got the chance? Because I want you all to know that no one's paying £125 or $160. You can use this code once today, WCD 10 off 30. As soon as your basket or your cart goes over £30 or $30, pop that code in and we'll take £10 off or $10 off. I'm just looking at what you can't see that I can, which is why we giggle sometimes when we're over here, is that we can see like a bank of monitors in front of us. In fact, what I should do just very, very quickly is just take a picture of what I can see, and then you'll understand completely that, if I just take a quick picture of that. Right, so in front of me, I have a bank of 4 monitors, right? And in one of my monitors, you see the bottom left there, is Craig, and that's what you're about to see. So I can see that, so I can see whether Craig is there or not, whether he's over here or whether he's bending down there or whatever he's doing. And he's got that cheeky grin on his face, and I'm interpreting that cheeky grin as, I'm quite liking the idea of being that barman in that cocktail bar. That's what your eyes...
I am thinking further from the truth on that one, thank you very much. I am nowhere near thinking that.
Well, let me tell you what people would order from you if you were going to be that barman. In fact, I'll tell you in a moment. Let's do the products first. Yeah, let's do that first before we get all unnecessary. Let's go to the smaller bundles then. Let's start with the embossing and stamping. 34 elements in that. You're making a 25% saving on that. So that's your embossing folders and your 2 stamp sets there as well, £28 or $38. Then we've got the foiling bundle, which is the stamp and cut die, which is the sparkle frame, which is the one that Craig did onto acetate earlier, and the holographic rose there. £20 or $24, making a nice little saving there. Basically, the foil comes for free there. Then we've got the stamp and die bundle, which is brilliant. So 3 sets of the stamp and dies, the cocktail one that Craig's just been using, the birthday wishes, sparkle and shine, and the scent with love. 20% saved on there. £35, $43. Then we've got the die collection, and it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 dies there. 25% saving. So basically you're getting 8 dies but only paying for 6. You get the rose quilling flower and the ornate frame in that one as well. So that's a brilliant saving. £43 or £43 or $56. If you're in the UK and you just can't resist, this could be the one that you go, you know what, I just need to nudge the other half in the right direction, give him the details and say, that's the cutting machine that I want. I don't have a Gemini so far. Maybe you've just got a Go or a Mini and you think, okay, this could be it. My Gemini Junior will do most of the dies that you want it to do. Most of the embossing, you can use it with the foil press. The foil press is designed to be used in the Junior, of course, as well. And maybe you're just thinking, that's too sexy, I've got to have it. Maybe that's your Christmas present. All you need to do is either order it right now and tell the other half how much you owe them. No, the other way around, how much they owe you. Is that the right way around? Yeah, that is the right way around, isn't it? Or just give them a nudge and say, go and create an account on Crafters Companion and get that ordered for me. Thank you very much. That'll be my Christmas present. Use the code as well, WCD 10 off 30. Even if you're going for the Rose Gold Junior, because that'll get you £10 off it straight away. If you Club Inspire, remember your discount will automatically come off at the checkout. Right, cocktails, Craig. Are you paying attention?
I am indeed.
Because you're behind the bar, topless with just you've got your foil press shorts on, and you've got a bow tie on. That's all. From the waist up, that's all you've got on. So the girls are ordering from you. Cynthia's ordering, please, a Cosmopolitan with vanilla vodka. Very specific. Sandy wants a dirty martini. I have no idea what that means. Pam Rose Gold. Oh, I'm loving. Is that really your name? Pam Rose-Gold. Is that your name? That's lovely. She wants a Kahlua and cream. Have you got the squirty cream behind the bar, Craig? Have you? I'm just checking. I'm just checking. Jody Jody wants dingle gin and tonic with a slice of orange, please. Suzette is having an apple martini. Are you writing these down, Craig, or are you just remembering them like all good barman? You're remembering them, aren't you?
I've got a really good memory.
That's all right then, because Ruth Ann wants a margarita, Anne wants a rum swizzle, don't we all? And Gilmore DeMink wants a mojito or a blue Maui. And June's wanting a Mai Tai. And I tell you what, I can't see anymore because my eyes are full of tears. So happy tears, don't worry, laughing tears. Anyway, so if you could just rustle those up, you've got about 15 minutes, Craig.
Don't know if I could rustle that up. You know, that's some barbell. Do you know that?
It is
that's
actually,
really good.
isn't
I don't know if I would manage that just on one contactless payment. I'd maybe need to put my pin in for that one.
Are you paying, Craig?
What I can do, I would pay.
Of course you would.
With the first round.
For all these lovely
I'm always
ladies.
generous that way when I go out with my friends. But then, maybe can't go that far right now. But what I can do is rustle up one more card. It is going to be a box, so now we could be popping a gift into it. So you can see how the theme of today's demos have kind of gone round, you know, from giving cards to home decor to giving a gift, you know, maybe tagging a gift if you wanted to. But again, with the front of the box I'm away to make could be the front of a card. So easily to do that transition. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the cut and emboss folder for this one. So this one is the decorative roses. And then what I'm going to do for this one is I'm going to bring in our translucent clear embossing powders. Now what you could do with this one is if you got these Midas ink pads earlier on, you could use them and do what I'm away to do, but use clear embossing powder. So you're going to get the colour coming through. But I'm just going to dab the actual ink pad over the top. And because this is a clear sticky one, what we can then do is run through our cardstock, and you could be using any of your cardstock that you've got at home, but I'm just going to pop that over the top. I'm just being careful because I don't want it to kind of like smudge about. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in my plate. So it's a cut and emboss folder. So I'm just going to use my 2 cutting plates for this one. And then I'm just going to run that one through. So as I said earlier on, these will all go through your Gemini Junior. They'll certainly all go through your Daddy Gemini. And some of the little dies or tiny embossing folder that we've got, they're going to go through your Mini or your Go. So then what I'm going to do is if I open this one up, so if I open it that way, so you can see the emboss on that side. But then if I flip this over, this side has actually got, I know you can't see it, but it's got the actual watermark ink pad all in these indentations. So what I'm then going to do is, let's take the embossing powder that comes within the bundle too. And then I'm just going to, let's bring in the lid of my box for the time being. And then I'm just going to start to sprinkle all these over. Now it will be rustic kind of looking, so don't worry, don't panic. But what we want it to do is kind of stick, certainly in the areas of where we've done the heat embossing, or where we've put the ink pad. But what we want it to do is pick up on other areas. Now I'm going to keep it that way. See all these areas around there? Go around with a brush if you wanted to, but I want to keep it that heat emboss because you can see in here all of the areas of the brown card that's shining through. So what we can do then is let's take that excess. You'd be more careful than I am.
Yes, I would. Look at how much you've wasted there.
I'm not wasting it.
I'm so precious with my embossing powder.
I am as well, absolutely. Especially with these pots that come within the rose gold collection. So let's just move that one out the way. Then what I'm going to do...
Can I just ask a quick question, Craig? What's the difference between putting the ink on before it goes into the embossing folder and doing it after you've embossed it?
You can do it after you've embossed it. So I don't want to pop it straight on because I'll smudge it all, but we've got the embossed side. What you could do is lightly go over the top, and what that's going to do is that's then going to pick up on the embossed side.
Okay.
However, by doing it the way I've done it, what's happening is it's actually pushing the sticky ink into the indentations, and that's where the heat embossing powder's really going to come to life.
Gotcha.
But then I'm just going
to
bring in the heat emboss. I'm just bringing in the actual hot glue gun. Hot glue gun, funny looking hot glue gun.
It is, there's not much
bringing
glue
in the
coming
heat
out of
tool.
it.
And then I'm just starting to heat that up. And then as I start to see that turning, so we're down into this area just here. And then as it starts to melt, I'm just going to move my heat tool. So I'm keeping it still, but then just slowly moving it as the embossing powder starts to melt. And this is when it comes really shiny, The brown starts to shine through from the cardstock as well. You get that very touchy-feely effect because you've got the embossed detail as well as having the heat embossing. And
I
then
love
go
embossing. I'm completely and utterly in love with it. It's brilliant. Once you start and once you find the right combination of inks and embossing powder, you find the right quality. Oh my word, that's it. You're embossing everything in your life, aren't you?
Yeah,
we don't do a heat tool, do we?
but I believe we've got a heat tool on our website. It's not our branded one, but
Right.
I think it's this one actually that's in my hand.
Why? Like, I think someone needs to seriously invent one with like a 5 meter flex. Because I got one from, it was only a few weeks ago, from a big craft retailer. I'm not going to say who they are because I don't want to knock them at all. It's great, it works. But the flex is so short. Like, they're never long enough, Craig, are they? You want one that's like 5 meters, please, so I can go round the room with it if I need to. Anyway.
You're right, you do. You always need one with extra long ones. I've got a plug right next to my craft desk at home, like we've got here, so it's not too bad, but I know exactly what you mean.
Yeah.
Now, look at that. Now, being very, not being precise, we've picked up all that detail, but then what we've also done is we've got it so it's just kind of very, like mixed media style, without having to be too messy if you don't like that sort of crafts.
Love it.
But then what I'm just doing on the back, let's just bring our red liner tape. And then what we're going to do is we add that bit of red liner all the way around. You can use normal double-sided tape, but I do suggest when it comes to doing anything with acetate, or certainly when you're doing a shaker style, it is always best to use your red liner.
It's got such a strong grip, hasn't it?
It does, and you can heat emboss onto this as well. So,
okay.
For instance, if this was just straight lines, or even as it is on now, if I was to peel that off, put my embossing powder over the top, I could then heat on top of that and it's going to melt because it's that strong quality of red liner.
On top of the red liner?
The red liner, yeah. It won't melt. It'll be absolutely fine.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm liking that as a tip.
So if you like to do maybe straight lines, if you want to maybe do faux mats and layers, just with your embossing powder, use your red liner tape and that will give you that real straight edges.
Oh, you've just sorted out my night.
There you go, you can give that a shot.
You know, we were talking, like I said before, and it was a Facebook name. So, you know, on Facebook, you use your real name, don't you? And the name Pam Rose Gold came up. Rose-Gold. And it's true. She said, Rose is my maiden name and Gold is my married name. I mean, what are the chances, Craig?
I know, isn't it?
Of your name turning out to be Rose Gold.
Rose Gold.
Wow, that's incredible. Thank you, Pam.
So, and certainly if it's something that you're into and something that you love, for instance, crafting, you know, if you've got a name that, I know obviously we're just coming to the end of the show, but that could be something for another day. Don't take this idea for any of your other show. Leave this for maybe us on
Craft
Wednesday.
House is in just over an hour.
Maybe if you've got an actual crafty name, you know, I don't know, like, I don't know, if your first name's Pokey and your surname's Tool or something, you know, Pokey Tool, something.
Pokey.
Do you know what I mean? You know,
because there's loads of people in the world called Pokey, aren't there?
But do you know what? You know what I mean? You know, I think that's interesting. You know, that would be so.
There could be there could be a Lou Gun watching us, couldn't there?
A what?
A Lou Gun.
A Lou Gun.
Yeah, so you just need the G then, wouldn't you?
Oh right, yeah.
As in glue gun.
Glue gun. Okay, got you. But I was actually meaning an actual
name,
like if your
like
name was
Rose
Glue.
Gold.
Yeah. So I think that would be interesting. Maybe that could be a masterclass on Wednesday. That would be a good one. But yeah. Now, so let's get this one finished because I want to let you see what it's going to look like. Just added some acetate on the back. Keep in mind, maybe foil it, emboss it if you want to. Added some of our double-sided foam tape. Let's add in some of these sequins. Now, this could be sequins, glitter, micro beads, anything like that. And I've just got some white cardstock. And we're going to pop that one underneath, just there. Then what I've done is straight away you can see that effect that we've got there. And then I've already done the base of my box. So for anyone wondering, 10 inches by 8 inches. And what I have done is I've just scored on the lid side at 1 inch all the way round. And then I think I've got time to do one. I've got a strip just here, and I'm bringing in the embossing folder that also comes within the big bundle. So this one is the diamond lattice. So this is a nice small one. This one would go through your mini and your junior, or your mini and your go. What you would need to do is maybe just emboss one side first, run that through, then flip it over and then do the other side. So although it's too long for your actual folder, you can still use it. So all that I'm doing is bringing in my cardstock just like that one. And then I'm just going to pop this one. Although I say that, when it comes to, have I got a mini? No, I don't have a mini to hand. What I'm going to do then is let's just use our junior, seeing as we have. I wanted to show you what I was meaning, but...
I have got a mini here, Craig, if you want one.
Yeah, go for it. I just want to let you see exactly what I mean by, I'm just going to stand back a wee bit. Thank you so much.
Leave that there for you.
Perfect. So what I'm just going to do is, because this is what we'd say is a normal embossing folder, just going to bring in our plastic shim, and then let's just run that one through. So if we run that through, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to be careful to hold it so it doesn't move. And then all that I'm just going to do is just slide it up slightly more, that we can see just there. And then I'm just going to run that through just like that one. And then as we run that one through, then that means that we've got the embossed detailed side, or debossed, whatever way that you want to call it, on all the way along. So you can see that one just there. It still works perfectly. So what we can then do is I've got a few others already good to go. So let's bring these ones in. I've trimmed them down slightly. And then these are going to go around the edges. So let's just bring in our tape runner. And then let's just add the tape onto these ones first. So add in these ones on. If you've got your A4 double-sided adhesive sheets, use them if you wanted to. It's entirely up to yourself. And we're just going to pop these ones on. Now cut these to side so that they can just fit on all the way around. So if I pop these ones on, so I'm going to decorate it first, and then what I'll do is assemble the box. So pop these ones on, and this is what I was meaning when, forgive me, I can't remember who sent the picture in, but using white with the rose gold, because the way that the colours are, sometimes you think ivory would work best, which it would, but then incorporating white really enhances it sometimes and makes it stand out. So then all that I'm doing is just bringing in the layer that we've done. Let's just add our adhesive all the way around. I'm going to pop extra in the middle. Pop that one over the top just here. I'm going to bring in a bow just from a bit of ribbon that I've got. Let's just pop that one on. And what I'm also going to do, we've not had time to show you how it's done, but I've just taken a flower. This is using one of the flower dies. It's also in one of either the big bundle or a smaller bundle. It's actually one of the quilling flowers. So you can see we've got the quilling just there. And this is actually just using some flower foam that we've had. So if you've got maybe some of the other foam that you've got, maybe you've seen it on the show today, you could be using that one. And I'm just going to add some, I've kind of dried up there. Let's add some actual, can't get that one to go. Let's try this one. A bit better on this one. There we go. So use hot glue if you want, or what I'm just doing is adding this on with our Collal glue, because again it's kind of an embellishment. I'm using the Collal glue, chunky glue, and then I'm just going to add our adhesive around the side. And what I'm not going to do is add a sentiment, however you can do, it's entirely up to yourself. But then now, this front part that I've just made, this one here, that could be the front of a card if you wanted to, you know, so you're then making a card into a box, perfect for gift giving, popping something in, maybe a wee treat, maybe just to say to someone that you're thinking of them, you can do that one. I'm just going to pop that one on, and let's slide that one on, and then there we go, we've just got a box just into there. So again, that could be the front of a card, or we could be making it in a box like we have just there. So there we are. So we have done, just very, very quickly, we've gone from a card, you know, National World Card Making Day. So we've done that from a card using the actual foil press. Then we've made a bit of home decor. So that could be a card that you could then gift with a frame that they could pop in themselves. or we can then maybe give someone a gift of a bottle of wine, or maybe homemade oils if you do it, so they can then just pop that around the bottle. Or then again, maybe if you've got a gift, maybe a homemade bacon or something, pop it into a box that you've made, maybe one of the die cut sentiments on the front. So it's now getting that time of the year, we're into October, thinking of gift giving. So whether it's obviously Christmas time, absolutely New Year, but thinking of Thanksgiving as well as some of the other occasions you've got coming up in America.
And also the 10th of November, of course.
And the 10th of November.
So 10th, a very important day, Craig, as we know. A couple more of your lovely pictures. Oh, we got a shaker. We got a shaker from Donna.
Way.
Look at that. It's always a double shaker. Look, she's on a double there.
Look at that one.
Look at that. Very, very good. Love it, Donna. Very, very nice. Mary. Lovely Mary. Lots of love, Mary. Look at that. Look at that.
Oh, wow. Is that... That's the scrapbook page she's made.
It's beautiful, isn't it? It's a lovely, what do you call it? Composition. That's the word.
So is that when Mary's been on some of our craft houses? Is it?
Oh,
that's
yes.
so good. Taking a screenshot and added it into the scrapbook.
That's
Love
beautiful.
It.
Something to remember forever. Lovely Mary. Fantastic. Lots of you asking about this this voucher code, discount code that we've got going on today, saying, Derek, how long? How long does that last then? Because you can only use it once per customer. But the good news is, it's not just today. No, I've just read the T's and C's. Sorry, my bad. I had the email the first thing this morning, like you did, I'm sure. You can use it until midnight tomorrow on Sunday. So midnight, wherever you are, whether you're midnight in the US or midnight in the UK, the website knows somehow. Ingenious, isn't it? You could use that code. So you can only use it once. So as soon as your basket or your cart goes over 30 before postage, then pop in the code WCD 10 off 30. It should have been on your email that came through to you this morning if you're signed up to us. Then we'll take £10 off your cart. So if you've got a bit of a wish list on the go at the moment, use your Club Inspire points and the discounts that gives you. And use your WCD 10 off 30, because remember, your Club Inspire, that happens automatically, so that's not a code, because you can only use one code in a checkout, which is pretty good, isn't it? I love it. It's brilliant. That means that your $125, by the way, for this full collection, if you're Platinum, with the code, you can get that 125 down to 90. Or $118 in the US from 160. So it's worth doing. I've seen extreme couponing. Oh, I love it. And that's not even extreme, is it? That's easy. That's too easy. We are too good, aren't we? Anyway, listen, what an amazing show. And what an amazing Craig who's just put all of that embossing powder that he was just about to wait. He's just scooped it all up and got it back in, haven't you, Craig?
You really like to land me in it, don't you? Right from the start of the show and right to the very end. One of many reasons why I absolutely enjoy working with you, Derek.
Absolutely.
And, I can't wait till Wednesday. I love how everyone sees our banter coming through, because what we're like here is exactly what we're like when we're not live.
It so is.
It is. It really is. Thank you so much. You've got the gorgeous Debbie Fisher. She's back. She's in an hour, and I'm back on Wednesday for masterclass.
You are. And I'm going to be in your ear as well, and that means I can get my revenge. Oh, I'm going to love that. I'm going to love that. Craig, as always, it's been an absolute pleasure. So we are back in an hour with the Craft House, which means I get to sit down and feel very, very guilty about it. And it also means we get to see one of you as well. And today it's going to be our lovely Rachel Webber, who will be joining us again on the Craft House as well. Now, we're going to be talking, so I want you to get, if you've got any of these sets, I want you to get them out and ready and come and craft along with us. Santa's Kitchen. Yeah, you know, the cookies and all the rest. If you don't know, don't worry, you'll see it on the show. We've got the favour boxes as well. So if you've got any of the favour boxes, I think we'll be tempting you to more. And we've got some double-sided toppers coming up as well. That's all with Debbie Fisher and myself sitting down, relaxing with a glass of something. Not a cocktail, sadly, because Craig's come up with no cocktails whatsoever. So we'll have to settle for a cup of tea here at CCHQ. And we will see you back here in an hour. It's a date. I'll see you there.